We are on and ready. Let's get going. Right, we're gonna do... Oh wait, I need to get Cilia looking nice before we get back. Let's have a look. I'm probably gonna do till 8:30 today, the usual. See where we go. I usually like to do about 2.5 hours in a stream anyway. I usually like to do a 2.5 hour stream anyway. It gets things sorted and good. I'm just going to quickly turn down my audio. Go. Right, let's go. Sort myself out a little bit. There we go. After matching with Silas for 47 rounds, my heavy eyelids forced me to be the one to call it quits first. I slept so deeply that when I woke up, I found myself in my own bed. I had been moved there and didn't even stir once. Was I really that exhausted, or do I trust him too much? I massaged my throbbing temples as I recalled the information I received during our break last night. Silas's curiosity was piqued by these mysterious antimatter weapons, and he decided to investigate their origin. Luke and Kieran were equally thrilled. They rubbed their heads together as if to say, "We've finally got something fun to do." Given the usual efficiency of Onakindness's leader, that mysterious hunter will soon cross paths with an odd little group consisting of a boss man, 2 troublemakers, and their crow. As for the key found in the ruins of the Gaia Research Center, it will unlock the secrets of a hidden past or take me down another path that leads to an unknown future. Will it take me? I don't know. Either way, it's what I have to investigate next. I look around the room and find every curtain has been drawn shut with great precision, and not even the smallest sliver of light can get in. My place got turned into a cave, basically, and only he'd do that. I walked to the window. As soon as I pulled back the curtains, blinding light flooded to my vision. As far as the eye can see, a cold radiance has engulfed the city. A blanket of snow covers every building. It's snowing in Lincoln? One week later. For a while, I've been investigating the past and uncovering Ever's secrets, and now this ever-changing, precarious world seems to face an unprecedented crisis. The proto-field disturbance, climate anomalies, some say Earth's climate system has broken down, and a disaster comparable to the Chronoriff catastrophe is imminent. Others claim Earth is on the verge of collapse, all tectonic plates will shatter, and this human civilization will end. Yet amongst all these discussions about the world, the end of the world, Earth's collapse, and civilization's downfall, what actually descends upon Lincoln City is a silent snowfall that transforms the city into a pure white expanse overnight. Backtrackers, Lemuria, everything is starting to make sense now. But what about the life on a higher plane of existence, the emissary of the divine? Oh, she's glitched again.
Long time no see.
She's glitched again.
from your leave already? Captain Jenna said you had some personal matters to take care of. Is everything okay?
For my administrative leave, only Gemma knew about my visit to the ruins of the Gaia Research Center in the N109 zone. After hesitating for a moment, I shake my head and smoothly change the subject. I'm fine. You could say I went back home. By the way, have you heard of the term emissary of the divine before? It's supposedly connected to civilians on a higher plane of existence. Civilizations, I think. Among all the rampant doomsday theories, the concept of being watched by civilizations with higher dimensional beings is actually the easiest to understand.
It can mean a messenger who can communicate with godlike entities.
Even if they do exist, finding someone like that would be harder than finding aliens.
The sound of typing behind me stops when I raise my head. I see Nero's come over to join the discussion.
And if those higher dimensional life forms aren't saying anything, well, even an emissary might not know they're one.
I've also heard that the next mass extinction might be just around the corner.
Nero silently rubs the area between his eyebrows. He's unconvinced.
Isn't that just propaganda spread by prototists to push for the development of protocore technology?
Not necessarily. In this vast, endless universe, who knows how many civilizations are locked in battle? Our Earth might be the only surviving blue dot among them all.
Amongst the ongoing discussion, my thoughts begin to wander. Maybe Ever thinks our civilization is already approaching the limits of biological evolution. Pursuing the transcendence of evolution to counter this supposed crisis, that must be their true objective.
As a side note, there were strange omens before the 2034 Chrono Rift catastrophe. Polar night was present for 3 consecutive days.
While conversing, everyone unanimously turns to look at the heavy snow outside. It falls as if descending from the cosmos itself.
Regardless of whether Earth falls apart or the world ends, as long as the subway runs and wanderers exist. We need to fulfill our duties as hunters and protect this city.
Exactly, like Tara said. Next one. It's 5 p.m. and a lecture titled Life's Boundaries is underway in Lincoln University's largest lecture hall. Aside from medical students, students from other departments have taken a seat to listen. In the packed lecture hall, the speaker stands. His back faces a projection of a beating heart model, and his authoritative voice is steady.
Life itself is not endless.
We would say now, yes.
Life and death, health and illness. These seemingly opposing concepts maintain the balance of life itself.
An inquisitive student raises her hand.
But with today's medical technology, we can potentially do gene editing, cellular regeneration, and even human modification. If immortality becomes achievable, why should we still accept death as the end of life?
If we set aside morals and ethics, these technologies could make immortality possible. But this also means that our goal in the medical field has shifted from conquering disease to conquering death itself.
Zane's gaze sweeps across every face in the room, his tone remaining calm as usual.
To conquer disease is to extend life, but to conquer death is to control it.
I do love that line. Okay. I'm just gonna hang you that for future reference. I love that line.
Can we still call ourselves humans after being modified and losing human characteristics? How do we even define human existence?
Hushed discussions fill the lecture hall. Zane looks towards the back as someone quietly opens a door. A familiar figure appears. She quickly slips into the back row, her coat leaving a trail of melted snow on the floor. He quickly shifts his gaze and continues with his previous point.
Life can be extended, but the cycle of life and death should not be controlled.
After the lecture ends, Zane is completely surrounded by eager students. I sit in the back row and wait as students file out behind me.
Did you see the news? How could they accuse Dr. Zane of disregarding human life and abandoning his patients? They're saying he has no ethics.
Oh.
It all started when some government official's kid got diagnosed with protocore syndrome. They tried to use their family connections to pressure Dr. Zane into prioritizing their surgery. But he refused and went to treat another patient who needed more urgent treatment.
Oh. So that's why they're spreading all those nasty rumors about Dr. Zane online. What a piece of work.
As the students' conversation fades into the distance, I stop eavesdropping and nod in quiet agreement. Spotting a few reporters approaching the lecture hall, I catch Zane's eyes and wave. I silently mouth a sentence. Come here, Dr. Zane. Zane glances in my direction, nods, and makes his way through the crowd of students.
That will be all for today. Someone is waiting for me.
After helping Zane dodge the reporters, we leave the university and stroll through the snow-covered streets, bathed in evening's golden light. You're good at making complex topics clear and accessible, Zane. Dr. Zane. If I were a few years younger, I'd sneak into your lectures every day.
Really? What was the second key point from the third section?
Faced with Zane's knowing smile, I sigh and turn to walk in the opposite direction.
Where are you going?
I need to find a time machine so I can hear your brilliant lecture from start to finish. 3, 2, before I can finish my silent countdown, he grabs my hand.
Come back. I only saw you arrive near the end of the lecture. The time machine must have not been invented yet.
Zane is like my bias rocker, he's great. Coffee in hand, I sit down on a roadside bench as Zane hands me a weathered envelope.
Here's the information you requested.
The wax seal on the envelope is still intact. The documents themselves have a small crease. Exchanging documents while sitting on a bench, we're like those secret agents trying to save the world in the 008 movies.
Given what you've asked me to investigate, it is certainly a secret that concerns the fate of the world.
I vaguely remember Zane mentioning Dr. Noah's Arctic expedition research, which might be connected. Pardon me. Cryptic patterns etched into the key seem to paint towards traces of a primordial
14 years
civilization.
ago, a research team ventured into the Arctic to study life's boundaries. They made an unexpected discovery in an ice cave. According to the surviving documents, the pictographs they recorded in the ice cave bear a striking resemblance to the patterns on the biometric key. Some members of the expedition team mysteriously disappeared. Others joined the Unicorn research team. Dr. Noah has a photocopy of the expedition journal. It's incomplete, but he hopes it can help you.
Signals from Deepspace, the Aether Core, the key, the clues form a intricate web in the darkness. It stretches across the boundaries of time and space. Almost unnoticeable, each strand is being woven into place. They're waiting for that singular moment when everything is taut. Please thank Dr. Noah for me. He is doing what about Pi and the others?
He and the animals are doing well. You remembered to ask about the animals, but have you forgotten something?
Huh? It dawns on me. Do you need special attention to...
Do I look invincible to you?
Thinking about how rare our meetings and calls have been lately, I feel a twinge of guilt. So how has Zane been lately? Have you been sleeping well? Do you still have nightmares?
I'm doing well.
For some reason, my words elicit a soft chuckle from Zane.
You've already made time to pick me up after class. And since I'm on my way to work, why don't you walk with me? You can do it as you head back to the Hunters Association.
Traffic is at a standstill during the evening rush hour. Fortunately, AXA Hospital and the association are within walking distance, so we decide to continue on foot. Snowflakes dance through the streets as the intersection traffic light turns red. The flow of vehicles stop. Pedestrians pause on the sidewalk, their hands tilted upwards as they wait. They watch the massive holographic display flicker above the intersection. Oh, we're back to this again.
In addition, we urge all citizens to stay safe while traveling. If there's an emergency, please seek immediate assistance from the evil police or Deepspace hunters.
Something happened at Azure Square in Imperial Ring Park. They're saying the Alterum appeared or something.
No wonder the news keeps telling us to be careful lately. Having wanderers around was bad enough. Now we have to deal with the Alterum too. With one disaster after another in this godforsaken world, maybe it should just end already.
I can't help but stifle a laugh as the lights turn green, traffic and pedestrians start moving again.
Final story. A medical controversy surrounding Protocore syndrome has drawn widespread public.
Are doctors healing or killing, and the future of Protocol Syndrome? These sensational headlines drift past my ears in quick succession. Despite being at the center of this media storm, Zane doesn't even glance at the screen. The news keeps using the same stone-faced picture of you from AXO Hospital's website. It's basically decades old at this point.
What? Are you tired of looking at it?
I was just thinking, if Dr. Zane had smiled even 1 pixel's worth in that photo, then maybe these rumors wouldn't have gotten far. Zane tilts his head as if he's playing along. He shows the tiniest hint of a smile. No matter what challenges or criticism you face, nothing seems to shake your decisions or judgment.
What about you? Although you're not saying anything, I can tell something is on your mind. If it's a long story, well, this path might be short, but we can always turn around and walk some more.
Nothing ever escapes his notice, huh? After hesitating for a moment, I tell him about what happened to me in the M109 zone.
Those monsters and that cosmic void in the sky, it's all because of you! You are this world's calamity. We should have destroyed you years ago.
The Gaia Research Center, the Unicorn Laboratory, the Collision Chamber, and the Spatial Core I absorbed into my body. That man's final moments filled with restraint, resentment and rage remain vivid in my mind, I am constantly reminded of one thing. I don't believe in the world that I thought I knew so well.
So what you're saying is that they almost put you down in the N109 zone.
You didn't have to phrase it like that. He wanted to dispose of me like I was some kind of medical waste. Zane's lips curve into a slight smile as he tucks my cold fingers into his coat pocket. I'm walking down this path now. It's strangely surreal.
Are you more lost now? Or more certain?
I'm more certain. At least I know who I am and why ever wants to use me. From now on, I'll have a better idea of what I'm hoping to achieve in my search for the Aether.
Yes, I believe you.
What if I end up destroying this world one day?
Give me a heads up before you do. I'll make sure to use up all my vacation days first.
At the last intersection, our brief walk quickly comes to an end amidst a crowd. After we cross the street, we'll return to our final work and face the challenges that life has in store for us. The wave of sadness washes over me before we have to say goodbye already. I force myself to smile. Let's do our best, Zane.
Wait.
Just as I take my hand away from his, he catches it again and then pulls me closer more, and I'm almost completely enveloped in his coat. Looking down, I notice he's carrying his laptop bag and a simple, understated gift bag. He takes out a scarf from it. The soft fabric gives a warm, gentle warm glow under the street light. Today's not even a holiday. Why do you have a gift for me?
I didn't have a good excuse. But after hearing about your rather fascinating origin story...
He slightly leans down and carefully wraps the scarf around my shoulders.
Let's call it a celebration of your arrival in this
Aww.
world.
A mix of uncertain emotions wells up inside me. They gradually melt away with the warmth of his touch. Did you find time in your busy schedule to knit this scarf, Dr. Zane?
I picked it out. Is it not sincere enough?
He raises his hand to smooth my disheveled hair and snowflakes that land on his the snowflakes that landed on his forehead slowly melt away.
Whether it's ever or something else, the path you've chosen will be full of challenges. You'll encounter many people with ill intentions, but more importantly, you must be confident about your own choices. There are certain things that you can never take back.
In the vast expanse of snow, neither of us takes a step forward. Then my first correct choice for today must have been seeing you.
Thank you for choosing me.
With 10 seconds left on the green light, he waves goodbye with his back turned before walking into the snowy, dusky blue twilight. I watch his figure disappear into the distance before tightening my grip on the documents that stick out like a sore thumb. Looking around the bustling intersection, I'm surrounded by a constant flood of noise and information. It seems every sound and flash of a screen pushes people towards their next split-second decision. With this key, I might finally unlock the secret from 14 years ago. They all involve the Aether Core, or rather, my own secret. I take a deep breath and turn towards the street that will lead me to the association. Hey, that was cute. That was a cute little chapter. Heavy snow falls steadily as the darkness settles earlier than usual. Standing tall in the heat of the city, Axo Hospital remains brightly lit as always.
Doctors healing or killing? Exposing the dark truth behind Axo Hospital's division of cardiac surgery? What kind of ridiculous headlines are these?
Oh, please. Dr. Zane has plenty of connections. He's treated everyone from the mayor to gang members. Besides, Axo Hospital has plenty of friends in reputable media outlets. If it comes down to a media war, no one can predict the winner.
You don't appear to be very busy.
Everyone instantly straightens up like soldiers at attention once they hear a familiar voice. Nervous, they greet Zane.
Contact Dr. Joel at Shansha Hospital and ask him to send over the files for those Protocore syndrome patients. We need to develop a new treatment plan for the patient with abnormal symptoms in bed number 12. They were transferred from the ER.
Got it. I'll contact him right away.
We might see more cases with abnormal symptoms. With patients being frequently transferred from the ER, everyone needs to be on call.
After methodically delegating the remaining tasks, the staff watches as Zane disappears down the hallway.
Dr. Zane's composure is something else. He's not that much older than us, too. How is there such a huge gap?
It's like the difference between gods and mortals. You can only admire him from afar. Come on, let's get back to work. The best way we can help Dr. Zane is by doing our jobs well.
At 2:30 a.m., Zane gets into his car after finishing his work. A notification pops up on his phone. The hospital director approved his application for the medical research project. His phone rings. Zane glances at the phone. It's, pardon me, Dr. Noah.
Zachary just called. He said you want to join the Fountain of Atay research project?
Ooh.
Yes.
This isn't surprising to Zane. He can already imagine the two Axo Hospital higher-ups discussing the matter.
Thank you for convincing the director, Dr. Noah.
When are you leaving?
Tomorrow.
You decided to do this after returning from Mount Eternal?
Silence fills the air in response, but the answer is already clear.
You make decisions surprisingly fast whenever it involves that instant. I can't tell if the past is a chain that binds you or a force that drives you.
Zane lowers his gaze, his expression remaining perfectly unfazed. Not a single hint of emotion appears.
Perhaps it's both.
You're still young. You're not alone in this world. Don't try to shoulder everything by yourself.
Before hanging up, Dr. Noah purposely lets out another exaggerated sigh. Zane lowers his phone, its light slowly becoming dim in the heavy darkness of the night.
With so many people behind me, I should be the one walking ahead, yes?
At 3 in the morning, a lone car glides across the wet street before coming to a stop in front of Maltosio. The store employee has flipped the sign to close, but when they turn around, their final customer of the day greets
You're
them.
just in time, Dr. Zane. 1 minute later, and we would have been closed.
I'm sorry for coming in so late. I'll have 1 sea salt chiffon cake and 1 dark chocolate hazelnut brownie. Both of them to go. Yes. For the next month, could you please deliver 1 dessert each day to this address?
A whole month?
You can't do it?
We can. It's just that you've already reached our highest tier for award points. We can't give you anything else right now. Are you going on another trip, Dr. Zane?
Zane nods.
Please deliver the new menu items when they become available. Thank you.
Don't worry. I wrote down the address. Let me just confirm the customer's name one more time. This is the young lady, right?
Aww. As he places the desserts on the passenger seat, he notices the snow has already accumulated. It's about an inch deep on the road. The car radio broadcasts tomorrow's weather report. Overcast skies with heavy snow again. Experts have yet to determine the cause of these unusual weather patterns. Zane lowers his head, opens his recent contacts, and carefully writes a message about his departure. As he imagines her reaction, he's embraced in a reverie, his features softening with a gentle tenderness. After sending the message, he opens the notes on his phone. The most recent entry was made at 4 AM, the day before yesterday. First dream. Second dream, Maternal. Third dream, Maternal William. Fourth dream, chocolate, potted jasmine, gravestone, monster. 14th dream, too fragmented, I can't remember anything clearly. Ever since he returned from Chancia City, these nightmares have appeared more frequently. It's as if fate is sending him omens. Trying to ease, we all know that with Zane, any part of the story does come with immense angst, so I'm very ready for this. Especially in the main story, anytime we see Zane, we expect big angst. Trying to ease the dull ache of fatigue, Zane massages his temples. He turns off his phone, tosses it onto the seat, and grips the steering wheel. The windshield wipers sweep away the snow, but the snowfall grows heavier by the minute. He can barely see less than 50 meters ahead. When Zane finally makes out the two white shapes, as a mother and child stumbling along, his car is already dangerously close to them. Oh! He jerks the wheel violently. He jerks the wheel violently to one side. The tail lights cut arcs through the snow, and the car crashes through the wave-shaped guardrails. It comes to an abrupt stop in a strip of green vegetation. Terrified, the mother and her child fall. The kid in her arms is covered in crystals and resembles a twisted glass sculpture. Ooh. Wait, no, that reminds me of the ones we've seen before. Oh gosh. The ones we saw in the ending of Homecoming ones. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. In the darkness pierced by headlights, Zane sees something approaching the pair with slow, deliberate steps. Its breathing is warm, its presence screaming danger.
Stay back.
It wears human clothes, but there's nothing human about this creature. Crystals have consumed most of its massive body. It's hunched over. Strange growths are still pushing through whatever is left of its skin. Its face is twisted into a grotesque expression. Its pupils gleam an eerie dark blue. Each step it takes makes the ground tremble. Oh.
Stay away.
With trembling hands, the woman covers her child's
Be
eyes.
scared. It's okay.
Oh.
Don't be scared.
Inside the car, Zane's nerves suddenly tense as the ringing in his ears, which had subsided, violently returned. Sharp spikes grow from the ice materializing in his hand. Zane raises his arm and aims the ice thorns at the monster. The colors of the night silently. I didn't read that. Can't read that. The colors of the night, it's like death itself is waking up from a dream. As the monster raises its hand towards the mother and child, a cold gleam suddenly cuts through the air and pierces its chest. Fragmented ice blooms from the monster's chest and almost covers its entire body. The woman looks up in shock to see a figure step out of the car. Moonlight illuminates his cold, almost mechanical gaze. As the monster lunges forward, a thin blade of ice instantly materializes in his palm. Sleek like the wind and emanating deadly frost, it flies towards the monster's body in the blink of an eye.
Mommy.
Not the child!
It's okay. Someone's here to help us. Just hold on a little longer. Stay awake. Promise me.
Amidst shattering of ice crystals, everything seems to freeze in time. The monster falls to the ground and the snow flies everywhere, obscuring all visibility. A white mist appears. A violent gust of wind howls and sends ice crystals towards the motionless woman. Still dazed from the recent brush of death, she stares ahead. From the blizzard, footsteps approach. Each step echoes and is like ticking of a countdown.
Please, save my son. He hasn't turned into a monster yet. He won't become one of them.
The tall man blocks the car's headlights and casts a shadow over the monster and the child before her. The woman shrinks back in fear, and the chocolate slips from the child's trembling hands. It falls into the snow.
Saving him would be pointless.
No.
How dare you?
Ignoring her anger, Zane bends down to pick up the chocolate and holds it to her. Ice crystals fall from his fingertips, landing on the chocolate's wrapper. They melt to wash away the blossoming bloodstains.
He's beyond saving.
No! He hasn't turned into a monster. He's still alive. He...
Heart-wrenching sobs silence the darkness as clouds once again obscure the moon. Zane's silhouette quickly dissolves into the snowy night. Ooh. Interesting. So I'm guessing like there's a certain point of like no return in a certain sense. You can see my current mess of how I do my cards. Oh, are we gonna crash? No, we're good. If my game ever does crash and do that thing where I have to do a full reinstall, then most likely I'll probably end stream anyway, because full reinstall takes ages, but I think we should be good. My good old fishy. So glad I got Raphael's myth when I did. I'm hoping to get Silas's one. I'm just saving up on my gems. Guess it's good timing to do all the story stuff while I save up on gems.
I'll show you.
Oh.
The tide's judgment
Shall descend here and now. Everything went well.
There we go. Excellent. Huh? I could probably redo some bounty on it, it depends. I'll see. Oh, what's happened there? Let me double check. Why is it doing that? Alright. I'm gonna quickly do a BRB because I don't know what. If I do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick BRB. I'm gonna go see what's happening on here real quick. Exit and re-enter. Right, we're back. Let's go back to where we were. There we go. Am I all good with my audio? Yeah, I am. Let's do another one. So, start off. There we go.
The sea doesn't tolerate insults or sacrilege. The tide's judgment
shall descend here and now.
The tide is rising. Fall back.
Back up. Let's see what trick it has up its sleeve.
The tide's judgment
shall
Right.
descend here
Also, I
and
should
now.
have some more stream clips coming through on the 14th, so in about a few days.
Drop in
I
the
scheduled a
ocean.
bunch for Buffer at that point, so we should be getting, you guys should be getting a lot more content coming up pretty soon. I'm currently doing a lot of shorts for my DDLC ones. I think I've tallied all the shorts for the DDLC, and then I'll do do ones for like Baldur's Gate 3 and things like that. Just basically doing a lot of the series that already been completed. And then maybe I'll do some repeat ones for Love and Deepspace and things like that. But we'll see. Hopefully once I finish Death and Rebirth I can farm a bunch of Love and Deepspace
the
stuff.
storm shall crush
A lot of
impudence.
shorts for those lot.
Watch out. The tide's judgment
Shall descend here and now.
Why are you getting closer to it? Come back here.
My turn.
Spot of weakness.
struggling. The tide's judgment
Shall descend here and now.
ripples in a breeze.
A drop in the ocean.
There we go. Right, that's another one. Exit up. I wonder if there's another one. I don't know if there's another one involved there. Right, next, and then we're on to... Oh no, the next one's called Dawnbreaker. I don't like that. I'm just gonna do it quick. Little add-on. Nice. I am saving my pools. I'll give you a quick update. I'm saving my pools, which I've got 52, for Silas's Myth. My goal is to get like 150 at least, so I can get both copies, but we'll see how we go. I'm currently on about 26 pity, so I should probably be in a good place for the Myth, but we'll see. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'll go back into the story. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I may take a quick break and go loot and all that lot. And then I usually like to take breaks before we go into another big section. So we have update. I think last stream we went through we went through this one and we went through all from Deepspace, and we've got one more to go after this, and then we should be all up to date with our Love and Deepspace story, and that would round out pretty much all of our Love and Deepspace series. And then I'm debating what to do after this one. We've got 3 options, so I've got, I've got 4 actually, but I've got mainly 3 that I'm considering doing, which is, Mr. Love Queen's Choice, Tears of Themis, or Obey Me are the 3 that I'm considering between. I wanna sort of focus on the big ones first. Tackling something like Mystic Messenger would have to be a dual thing, so I'll have to do it because I won't be able. The story for the chat rooms takes a certain amount of time, so I have to save up a certain amount of credits to just sort of unlock them all and go through them. So that would have to be done in conjunction with another game. So it probably will be like if I do Obey Me and then also like Mystic Messenger in tandem. We'll see how it goes. I think games like that where I need a certain amount of credits to continue the story, I may do it in tandem with another game, for example. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm gonna quickly go to Lou, and then we will be
remember to take all personal belongings with you.
Chuchi, wake up! We're here! We're back. And you're not allowed to run off this time. Until we find the emissary, we need to stick to our usual plan.
Oh, there we go. Sorry,
Pretend
my
to
mic
be
was
a
off.
regular dog whenever there are people around. You know, the fluffy kind that humans love to pet. Got it? We'll practice paw shaking later.
The boy waits for a long while, but there's no response from the backpack.
Chuchi?
With a growing sense of dread, he unzips the backpack, only to find a hole and a few tangled tufts of white fur. The wind whistles through the gap. Studying the documents Zane gave me, I searched through every library and archive in Lincoln City. I tried my best to uncover the information about cosmic civilizations hidden in the biometric key, but every search comes up empty. Several days of running around have taught me one thing, though. Unlocking the key's secrets won't be something I can accomplish overnight. But right now, something else has caught my attention.
These are special pathological cases where the subjects retain a human's physical features, but their consciousness has been eroded. Only primitive aggression and instincts remain. For now, we're designating them as Alterum. These Alterum share one common characteristic too. They were diagnosed with protocore syndrome.
Protocol syndrome. 2 days ago, I received an unexpected message from Zane at midnight. It was long after we parted ways. I have to go on a business trip. It's not dangerous, but we might not be able to contact each other for a while. Don't worry. P.S. I'm not going to Mount Eternal. The sudden announcements had become the norm. I scrolled through my emojis and sent back a happy snowman with eclipses above its head. The words protocol syndrome act like a signal. They connect my earlier suspicions to create a clear pattern. There we go, my mic's stuck. This is under Zane's field of expertise. Could his sudden departure be connected to these Alterum? Pardon. The description of the Alterum reminds me of those so-called specimens I encountered in Skyhaven. With the Alterum appearing in Lincoln City, does this mean the Fountain of Ate has entered another phase?
But according to these forum posts, a mysterious figure has appeared these past few days. They strike before the police do, and their codename is apparently Dawnbreaker.
Oh.
They always manage to deal with the Alterum before the police can arrive.
Wait, what? Another urban legend?
Focus.
Jenna interrupts the off-topic discussion. The virtual display switches to show some photos of the crime scene.
As for these recent Alterum attacks, the police need a hunter to investigate and detect metaflux readings. Does anyone want to volunteer?
Thinking these clues might help Zane, I raise my hand without hesitation. I'll go, Captain. Okay, so we've got crime scene now. After receiving assistant credentials for my investigation, I head to Northern Ring Road that's located in the downtown area. A detective lifts the barricade tape and approaches me. After we shake hands, he leads me to the crime scene.
Thanks for coming out when there's all this snow.
I'd like to say the same thing to everyone else who's here. I set a precision scanner I bought on the ground and turn it on. Once the scan is complete, the data will be uploaded to the cloud that the association can access. Then a detailed report will be generated for police use.
Perfect. We've received some of the restored surveillance footage, so we can take a look at it. The surveillance equipment was damaged by the cold, though. I'm afraid the video quality won't be great.
I thought Lincoln City's outdoor surveillance systems were designed to withstand low temperatures.
The temperature dropped far below the equipment's tolerance threshold. It's safe to say the damage wasn't caused by natural means.
In the low-quality footage the detective hands me, I managed to spot an unsettling figure lurking in the darkness. The creature's form is distorted. Weapons that look like hooked tendrils grow from its body. Compared to the ones I've encountered before, they seem to have grown significantly stronger. What about Dawnbreaker? Did you catch them on camera? The detective shakes his head.
They managed to avoid being captured by the surveillance system. Meticulous and efficient, I'd say.
As I approach the damaged guardrails by the road, my hunter's watch immediately starts blaring an alarm. The initial Metaflux readings are extremely high. The Alterum is already similar to a Wanderer.
So that's it then. We should deal with these Alterum before they completely degenerate into Wanderers. Perhaps this so-called serial killer is actually a hero.
The detective gives me a contemplative look.
However, from a hunter's perspective, do you see the Alterum as humans? Or are they monsters that need to be destroyed like Wanderers?
The line between humans and monsters depends on whether they've lost control. Once someone loses control, they become a monster, capable of hurting others. It doesn't matter how prestigious their status might be.
What a thought-provoking answer.
The sharp wail of an ambulance siren cuts through the wind and snow. It grows louder as it approaches. We both look up, our gazes following it.
Deepspace tunnel. Sometimes I think about the kind of fantastical world I'm living in.
Why does he sometimes sound like that guy from forget the name. I'll get it. It's like, hey John. It's that kind of voice from the adult cartoon. I can't remember the name of it.
If a disaster even worse than the Chrono Rift catastrophe arrives, how much could humanity really do?
Okay, maybe the comparison is way off. So the authorities are covering this up and classifying it as an incident. They must be trying to prevent the public from becoming even more panicked. He nods before shaking his head.
The Alterum will cause panic, not the murderer.
Seeing my confusion, he smiles.
A blood-stained murderer is more relatable than these abominations. Yay or nay?
Maybe I'm overthinking it, but something about this detective seems off. Yeah, I think so too. In any case, the association will provide the police with a formal energy analysis report. I should get going now. On my way home, I open the forum post that Tara sent me a few moments ago. It's about Dawnbreaker. It's supposed to try. Dawnbreaker. The Ultram and Dawnbreaker. These names sound like links to in a food chain, destined to exist in a perpetual cycle of predator and prey. These monsters, come to think of it, I'm not so different from them. Will there come a day when others will try to erase my existence? As this crosses my mind again, I find myself strangely at peace. What was that? I hear a strange noise behind me. When I turn around, I notice foot. No, paw prints on the ground. What kind of animal left these? A squirrel, maybe? Or a stray dog? Confused, I stand there, but then a white blur darts past my periphery. My scarf suddenly tightens around my neck before vanishing. When I come to my senses, all that's left left in the snow is a chaotic trail of footprints. The white blur has already vanished into the darkness around the street corner. My scarf! In the run-down, gloomy alleyway, only scattered spots of light fall upon the snow-covered ground. A dead end. It took my scarf too. Where did it go? Snow falls silently. My surroundings are so quaint that even the sound of breathing seems jarring. Dawnbreaker? My heart races as I hold my breath and silently move forward. As soon as I turn the corner, I raise my gun at the shadowy figure. Zane! You! Oh, that's... oh. In the dim lighting, several objects coldly flash from the figure's palms. They're ice shards, and they've pinned the teenager's sleeves and pant legs to the wall. Black crystals cover the teenager's left arm and neck, but he's different from the test subject I encountered in Skyhaven. The realization hits me. He's an Alterum.
I said you could kill me, not torture.
I suggest you stay quiet.
Oh damn, that voice. I freeze upon hearing a familiar voice and move my finger away from the trigger. In that split second, an ice shard cuts through the air, barely missing. Dawnbreaker, like... Oh, hello. Look, okay, calm down. I'm trying to... it barely misses my take drop. Turns to face me with a cold indifference. He meets my gaze. Zane, the white creature that had vanished into the snowy night, suddenly appears out of nowhere. It jumps onto Zane. Hypothermia. Interesting. Taking advantage of Zane being momentarily distracted, the teenager breaks free from his restraints and pulls out a knife from his waist. With desperate wild eyes, he lunges at him. But his wrist is caught and twisted again. The cracking of a dislocated bone, echoes through the alley. Ooh.
What exactly is this cocoon you speak of?
Why do you need to know so much?
As if the word cocoon was buried into his nerves, the teenager suddenly jerks away. He clutches his crystallized left arm, as he frantically runs to hide behind me. Spotting my gun, he forcibly grabs my arm and turns it pointing. The barrel is now pointing at Zane now. A flicker of surprise appears in Zane's eyes, but that moment of uncertainty quickly fades and his usual coldness returns. Zane, why are you here? Zane, who should be away on a business trip, is in a remote alleyway in the middle of the night with an altering teenager. He was addressed as Dawnbreaker too. Something isn't right. Questions pile up one after another. In my mind, as I assess the situation, I slowly try to free my hand from the teenager's grip.
You haven't gotten to the point where death is necessary.
Zane and I speak almost at the same time. I'm once again taken aback by the coldness in his voice.
Tonight, that might change. The crystals will erode your body. Your skin will be split open, and your bones will be ground to dust. When it reaches your neck, you'll lose your voice. No one will hear you scream.
The person I've met before is the same one standing before me, yet this version of Zane feels like a stranger. His voice is cold, his gaze is cold, even his breath is the epitome of coldness. Sometimes something seems to trigger a memory in the teenager. His voice trembles and his body curls like a bow being drawn back. He buries his face into his knees.
Right. They all died like that after emerging from their cocoons.
Cocoons?
I want to live. But if I'm going to turn into a monster, what's the point? Rather than let the cocoon turn me into a mindless monster, I'd rather die.
Zane remains silent as he lowers his gaze as ice crystals silently form in his palm. Is he really going to do this?
A dignified death doesn't exist. Thinking you're in control of the situation by choosing to die, you're only comforting yourself with a lie. Did you escape just so you could die like a dog?
Don't lecture me with that nonsense!
The teenager straightens up and lunges at me again, his hand trembling uncontrollably, yet he grips my gun with all his strength, refusing to let go.
You're a hunter. A hunter's gun can kill a monster like me, right? Pull the trigger already!
Whoa! I don't know what to do. Okay, I'm gonna think, what would Cilia do? Should just, because I'm playing as Sil, she would just shoot. Yeah, if I can't pick a decision, I just think of what the character I'm playing as, or the character I'm playing as currently would do. Fine, if you really want to die, I'll pull the trigger. I raise my gun and aim it at the teenager who's still shocked.
You...
Really? 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Snow crashes down from the wall above and scatters fine particles. The teenager opens his eyes, still shaken. He bites his pale lip. It was fake. Just like your death wish. It was fake. Just like your death wish. So stop saying you want to die. After several seconds pass, the teenager finally comes to his senses. This is dark, man. He nods as if emerging from a trance. I steal the glance at Zane. His expression is completely serene and sincere and unmoved. It's as if he's an aloof observer standing at the crossroads between life and death. I move closer to Zane, firmly holding his hand in place, and give the teenager a gentle smile. You heard what he said, right? He said you can't die yet. He's the best cardiac surgeon in the city. If he says there's hope for you, then you can be optimistic about the future.
He's a doctor?
I know he might not look the part right now, but he really is the best in his field. Just don't misunderstand his intentions. You need to go, now. The teenager freezes for a moment. As soon as Zane shifts his foot ever so slightly, the teenager spins around and runs away. Late into the night, the streets gradually darken. The lights reflected off the snow makes the street lights appear soft and dim. After watching the teenager leave, I turn back to look at Zane, who feels like a stranger. The small animal of an unknown breed stubbornly refuses to let go of his coat. It whimpers as he pushes it to the ground again. Now that it's just the two of us and this dog, anyways, you can tell me what's going on, right? Did your business trip end early? Did Axel Hospital call you back for an emergency? While I'm starting questions, Zane bends down to pick up the snow-covered scarf. Then he stares at me as if trying to confirm something. This isn't the Zane that we know. This is not the Zane we know, I feel. If I remember correctly, this is a scarf you picked out 3 days ago.
Oh, then it's mine.
As soon as he says this, Zane walks past me. Why are you acting like you don't know me?
Should I know you?
Yeah, this is a different Zane.
If there's nothing else, I'll get going now.
But your home isn't there.
I know.
He stops in the snow as he gives me a cold glance over his shoulder. His voice is devoid of any emotion.
The subway station is this way.
On the empty street, our footsteps crunch in the soft snow. His tall stature and long legs, Zane strides quickly and widens the distance between us. I have no idea where he's heading or why he's acting like he forgot who I am. All I can do is quicken my pace to catch up with him. Zane, answer me. I step in front of him to block his path. A mix of frustration and disbelief makes my chest tighten.
What's the matter?
That's my line. Has your evil gone out of control again? The puppy, whose species I didn't recognize, catches up to us. Its gaze flits between him and me.
No, I'm perfectly fine.
I doubt that. Heavy on doubt. Zane casually brushes me aside and continues walking. The puppy quickly shakes off its body. It gives me a sympathetic look, then runs after Zane, who's already walking away. The two figures soon become dots in the snowy night. Whether it's because of frustration or anger, I stubbornly walk away without looking back, but after a few steps, I feel like something's wrong. Wait, the direction Zane's heading in. My heart races as I quickly follow the footprints in the snow. Zane lies unconscious on the ground, his brows tightly knotted as if darkness is dragging him down into its depths. Zane? I crouch down, shake his shoulders, but he doesn't respond, no matter what I do. I can't just leave him like this. I try to help Zane up, and my fingers brush against his neck. I feel a layer of frost. It's unnaturally black. Could this be related to his nightmare again? A heavy sense of foreboding weighs on my mind, but getting him out of here comes first. I struggle to support Zane's weight as I drag him along, one step at a time. Why is he talking about taking the subway? The path actually leads to my apartment complex. Is the subway got replaced with her, like, apartment? What? Okay, next one. I'm gonna quickly be right back and go get a quick drink. We are back. Check. Mic's on. Yeah, it's been so fun. With his weight pressing against my shoulder, even a usual short walk felt endless. Zane and I practically collapsed onto the bed together. The snow from our coats scatter onto the floor. Yep. The little white animal anxiously bounces back and forth from the sofa. I pick it up and gently shake Zane. His eyes remain closed. A streak of black silently emerges from his sleeve and creeps along his veins until it reaches the back of his hand. The black ice that appeared on his neck has already spread to this area. I need to wake him from this dream. I reach towards the side of Zane's neck and gather my power. Almost instantly, I sense the chaotic surging power raging throughout Zane's body. Like a force that's been suppressed for eons and is now finally breaking free, a bone-chilling cold surges forth. It makes my entire body shudder. The power within his body is unstable. That's why he lost consciousness. At that moment, Zane's eyes snap open and he grabs my wrist.
What are you trying to do?
He grabs my hand and pins it, encased in ice. My wrist is already stuck to the wall once I realise what's happening. I take several deep breaths to compose myself. I'm trying to help you treat the black ice. When did it start appearing?
While I was dreaming.
He lets go of my wrist and the ice crystals dissolve with it. I guess there's no point in asking. To my surprise, the black frost didn't disappear after our resonance. It suddenly remains on his body. Nevertheless, Zane appears much better than before. Remembering how cold he felt, I take out a thermometer to check Zane's temperature.
Extremely low temperature detected. To protect the device and extend its service life, the system will be automatically turned off in 1 minute.
The reason for the extremely low temperature isn't concerned and tries to prop himself up. Seeing this, I pull out an old-fashioned infrared thermometer and aim it at him. Freeze. I press the scanner against his forehead and playfully pull the trigger.
You're being childish.
As expected, he doesn't move. Beep, lost in thought, I stare at the screen showing his abnormally low temperature. No wonder all the surveillance cameras at the crime scene were damaged by extreme cold. Even though I'm not sure if it'll help, I take out 2 fever pills and hand them to Zane along with a glass of warm water.
That's medicine. It's bitter. I'm not consuming it.
You're a doctor. You of all people can't complain about bitter medicine. For what must be the first time in his life, Zane's face shows an expression that can only be described as okay and... Not knowing how to help him recover, I head to the kitchen and make fresh carrot soup. I doubt it'll do anything though. gonna make him drink it. Drink this instead. It's your favorite.
You know my preferences that well?
No. Zane seems genuinely thirsty. He takes the glass. The glass hesitates for a moment and chugs it in one go. Well, do you want to give a more detailed review this time? He meets my gaze, and the entire glass of carrot juice turns into a solid column of ice in his hand.
It's awful.
Hey, 1 star. I see your hatred for carrots is written in your DNA. As the night deepens, the hustle and bustle outside my window gradually fades into silence. I gather every blanket and quilt in the house to stack on top of Zane, then I crank my heater up.
Not cold. I've already told you this. Take these blankets away.
Why don't you take them off yourself?
I don't have the strength.
Then don't move. He purses his lip only to furrow his brow a moment later.
You've been fussing over me for a while now. Is it for a particular reason?
You're important to me. Uncertainty flickers in his gaze.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Shh. I don't want him to see my expression, so I turn away. The real reason is simple, actually. When he falls silent, I push away my chaotic thoughts and turn his cold face towards mine. Dawnbreaker, you're very famous, so don't you dare run away or disobey me, or else I'll...
You'll what?
He asks softly. His chin is still tilted up by my hand as his gaze falls to meet mine. I'll make sure you won't live to see tomorrow's dawn. I yank the blankets to block his voice and gaze in the darkness.
What you described is not the first time this happened to Zane. I witnessed it once when he was doing research with me at Mount Eternal. He became a complete stranger overnight, and no one knew what happened to him.
I figured this wasn't the first time Zane had been in this state. Dr. Noah's words only confirmed my suspicion. How did he recover from it?
That's something only he knows.
Over the phone, Dr. Noah sounds just as troubled as me.
Back then, he ventured deep into Mount Eternal by himself, as if he had something to do there. When we saw him the next day, he had returned to his usual self, the one we all knew. I guess whatever he needed to do was done.
Mount Eternal. This place seems to be hiding a burden that Zane has never been willing to speak about. But my intuition tells me that whatever changed in Zane might have happened before the Mount Eternal incident. Those black ice crystals, seemingly out of reach, they linger somewhere in the depths of my memories. When I open the door again, I find a ball of white fur sitting by my bed. It's wagging its tail at me. When did you sneak in? As I get closer, I notice the creature is contained within a semi-transparent dome made from the ice evil. It restricts its movements. I don't even need to ask who did this. Zane really doesn't show mercy, huh? The puppy-like animal lets out a sound that sounds like a bark of agreement. I reach out to display the ice eval barrier, then I sit down with the creature in my arms. Now closer to Zane, I can see his eyelashes trembling in his deep sleep. They're like the wings of a wary bird that's finally resting at home. I don't know what you're dreaming about, but I hope they're sweet dreams. Good night, Zane. Oh, never mind. Bad dreams. In the stillness of the night, only the white creature notices a faint sound. A subtle energy seems to be flowing. The white animal's ears twitch as it looks up at Zane and the girl's jointed hands. The cold, corrosive sensation gradually fades. A warmth surges through Zane's cold fingertips like water traveling through a leaf's veins. But this soul has been trapped in a nightmare for so long, the unmounting black ice covering his body finally recedes bit by bit. Okay. That's good.
The investigation into the Alterum and the unidentified suspect is still ongoing. We urge all citizens to remain vigilant, avoid spreading rumors, and exercise caution when traveling alone at night.
It's already the next morning. When I wake up groggy, I prop myself up and press my temples to clear my mind. Beside me, Zane is asleep. It's a rare sight at this hour. I lean closer and slowly become aware of his steady breathing. I watch as it slightly stirs the fabric across his chest. Oh. This is payback for making me haul you home through the heavy snow yesterday. And that's for freezing my hand to a wall. Holding back my laughter, I give Zane's nose a gentle pinch. It really hurt when you froze my wrist, so I'll pinch your nose for that. Such a gay, I love it.
Is messing around with people while they sleep a habit of yours?
Yes. I feel his warm breath at the top of my head. My breath hitches as I meet his slightly wary gaze. Zane? The morning light filters through the curtains and falls onto his tousled hair. Looking into those eyes, I can tell that familiar Zane has returned.
Yes.
Joy wells up inside me as I wave my hand in front of his face. Are you finally awake from your nightmare? He nods and he shakes his neck. I see the black ice on his body has completely disappeared. You're actually back to normal.
You could phrase that differently.
Before he can say more, I embrace him. He doesn't pull away and gently wraps his arms around my waist. Congratulations, I'm the first person you saw when you woke up.
Yesterday, when I was in that nightmarish state. Did I trouble you?
Maybe a little, but you were kind of cute. Especially when I pinned you under the blanket.
You could only see the blanket. How was that cute?
Seeing that cold and willful side of Zane, even for one night, reminded me of when we barely knew each other. I feel at ease as everything falls into place. A moment passes and I look into his eyes again. How much do you remember about yesterday? Zane rubs his temples and sits up.
It's a little hazy, but I remember most of it.
Including how you froze my electronic devices and hand to the wall, and how you even told me to not be nosy. He glances away for a moment before his gaze calmly returns to me.
I also remember how you stacked blankets on me and did a test with carrot juice.
Your memory is impeccable. So when did these nightmares start?
They became more frequent after I returned from Chansha City. And in those dreams, I always forget who I am and what I'm supposed to be doing. The me in my dreams, however, has his own mission to complete.
He presses his lips into a thin line and looked at me. The guilt he feels is clear. For some reason, the scene from last night flashes through my mind again. It stirs up emotions I can't quite name. Well, there's no more black ice on your neck and hands. Your palms are warm too. It's safe to say that you passed the physical examination. Welcome back to reality, Zane. I open my arms and wait for him to initiate the hug this time. Zane hesitates before leaning down, then he wraps his arms around me. His warm breath brushes against my neck.
Good morning.
Oh. Before taking Zane home, he accompanies me to the association. I'm going to update them on my progress in the Alterum investigation. Dawnbreaker vanished overnight. Some people on the forum joked that he had been broken by the dawn. The police investigation has hit a dead end, and the relentless just checking that I'm all good. The relentless police investigation has hit a dead end, and the relentless snowfall is still the biggest obstacle for gathering evidence at the crime scene. While waiting for Zane to finish shopping, I sit in the car and look at today's news.
The Fountain of Atay initiative has revealed the first phase of the project, the Val Sanatorium. According to several reports, Val Sanatorium is using medical pods called rebirth cocoons to treat patients with protocore syndrome.
Rebirth cocoons. My mind quickly latches onto this word. I heard this term yesterday.
You're right. They all died like that, after emerging from their cocoons.
Oh.
Rather than let the cocoon turn me into a mindless monster, I'd rather die.
The cocoons the Alterum mentioned must be those rebirth cocoons. Sensing my troubled thoughts, the white creature pushes his fluffy self into the back seat and settles on my lap. Are you trying to comfort me? Thank you. When Zane woke up, I asked about the animal. He said it belonged to some distant relatives. As for why he got lost, stole my scarf, and refuses to leave Zane's side, Zane says he's not sure. So what kind of creature are you? I decided to take out my phone and use its image recognition feature. As the screen refreshes, it shows a majestic Baizi, the divine beast of antiquity, knows all beneath heaven and earth. With trembling hands, I cup his face. My gaze travels from his clear eyes to the tiny holes protruding like fresh sprouts near his ears. As I struggle to find the right words, Zane returns to the car. He has a bag of chocolates and dog food. Since you bought dog food, why don't you keep him? After all, your robot vacuum is the only other living thing in your house. Shouldn't it have a friend?
That won't be necessary. My robot vacuum has its own social life.
Through the windshield, the warm glow of our headlights cuts through the heavy snowy gloom. A figure is looking around while standing near Zane's house. A young boy in plain clothes, he's holding books in his arms. As soon as we get out of the car, the boy's face lights up with excitement and anticipation. He spreads his arms wide, forgetting the books fall. Forgotten the books fall to the ground.
Emissary!
The emissary. The unfamiliar teenager rushes towards Zane, who's standing beside me. Mysterious little creature, wagging its tail, runs over as well. Soon enough, all three of them are tangled in a group hug.
Let go of me.
The teenager steps back, then he excitedly scoops up the small animal.
So that's where you went, Shuji. Why didn't you tell me?
Watching this harmonious scene between human and animal, I'm touched, but then I quickly become confused. Hold on, what did he just call you? Is he role-playing as your servant or your son in a fantasy setting?
Don't jump to conclusions. He's the son of a distant relative, and he loves sci-fi movies and cartoons. I suppose his latest hobby is running away from home.
But now that I'm looking at him, this kid reminds me of... I studied the boy's round face, straight posture, and those mature eyes sparkling with excitement. Come to think of it, there really is a teeny tiny resemblance. Before I can finish my sentence, Zane swiftly taps his knuckle against the top of my head.
You should channel your brain power into writing a research paper instead.
I'm just teasing you. I know you don't look like this when you were young. I lean down to get a better look at the boy. He has delicate features and appears to be around 11 or 12 years old. Do you live in Lincoln too?
Well, you could say that. I live in the Fractal Library.
Excuse me?
In a nearby residential area.
The Fractal Library? I've never heard of it before. Is it a new building? Knowing he's related to Zane, I found myself adopting a gentler, friendlier tone. Is this little guy your pet? What breed, actually? What kind of animal is it?
He's just a regular pet dog. He's not special. Go on, Shuji. Bark. That's not the correct sound. Okay, now shake.
Small creature glances at me, then at Zane. He swallows his pride and places his paw in the boy's palm. Zane stands by the wall, his arms crossed as he sees my skeptical look. He looks away. The boy's face relaxes with relief as his expression shifts to one that says, "I told you so." Can you spin? The small animal actually understands me and starts spinning in circles. He chases his tail. He really is a puppy.
When did you learn to do that?
Seemingly unable to watch any longer, Zane waves his phone.
I just got a text from his parents. They're going to pick him up.
Already you can't stay for a while longer?
I was actually planning to stay for a while.
Zane's sharp gaze sweeps over the boy. I might be imagining things, but the boy and the dog freeze.
Right. I wanted to say hello. Uncle Zane will send me home.
It's cold, so you should head inside. I'll see him off.
In the dim daylight, Zane watches the girl wave goodbye. She's out of sight once she closes the door behind her. The boy catches a snowflake in his palm and silently watches it melt.
Why did you come here?
Hearing the scrutiny, Zane's voice, the boy's expression shifts to match its severity.
7 years ago, you promised to take up the position at the Fractal Library. I traveled here because I'm asking you to fulfill that promise. You were selected as the emissary of the Divine. Astra ordained it, and your nightmare is the greatest proof of this.
Zane speaks before the boy can say more.
I also said that I had my own choices to make and more important matters to attend to back then.
The boy's expression goes and his voice carries a maturity unlike the one from a few seconds ago.
Was becoming that version of yourself in the nightmare also a choice? People think they're making choices most of the time, yet they're unaware that all these options lead to one inevitable outcome. Fate falls upon us like this snow. It is silent and inevitable. And you too are destined to become...
He trails off. The only sound that can be heard is nothing more than a barely audible sigh.
Since you haven't made up your mind, there's no point in me staying here any longer. But...
Maturity and composure vanish as the boy's voice shifts to a childlike tone.
I left the excesses bracelet you made for me at the library. Can you make me another one, please?
After a resigned sigh, an ice bracelet materializes around the boy's wrist.
Thank you, emissary. I'll take my leave now. In any case, you're welcome to find me at the Fractal Library in Lincoln City. I'll be sure to visit you again as well.
The boy slightly raises his hand and his fingers touch the air as a geometric shape gradually unfolds. He bows before stepping into the door woven from countless folded dimensions.
The emissary is alive. I counted every single day for 7 years.
As if drawn to his accusation, the wind and snow seem to follow through the vanishing door. They're silent. The snow ceases, and Zane remembers the first time he entered the Fractal Library. Even though it's called a library, its exterior was remarkably ordinary. It was a building nestled in a quiet corner of Lincoln's city's silent streets. The young boy begged him again and again, so he pushed open the slightly weathered wooden door. There were neither bookshelves nor defined boundaries. Instead, it was an endless garden with intertwined paths appeared before him, and a library that seemed to belong to another world stood at the point where those paths converged. As soon as Zane stepped into the back light, he raised his hand and saw countless bookshelves. They reached towards a tower summit where sunlight poured in. The library's shelves were endless. They were stairs that led to another dimension. Then a young person approached them and claimed that Zane and the young boy were the administrators of this place. In addition, Zane was destined to become the Fractal Library's owner. The young person told him that the Fractal Library, which stood at the intersection of dimensions, didn't really exist in any galaxy. It didn't belong to any civilization either, and each book in the library contained the fate of a world. Zane wondered if his own fate was among them. Perhaps his nightmares were hidden within a page of these large volumes from the moment he pushed open the door. On the day he returned home from the library, Zane had a different dream. In that unfamiliar world, he wore robes as he walked in a very tall tower. He was leafing through an ancient tome. Between its pages lay a jasmine petal from a spring day, and that spring day belonged to a timeline he had erased with his own hands. It would forever remain unknown to anyone. I think I'm going to stop here for today. Ooh. I think I'm going to finish it off here. Just double check it, I think we're good. Hi. I hope you guys enjoyed this little stream. I think next stream we'll be doing more Love and Deepspace until we finish off. And I'm gonna get... I'll probably do my next stream on Friday.